Hey guys, it's Tiffany, and I'm here to give you some astrological insights and perspective for the month of September 2023. Just like the moon influences the tides, it influences our emotional bodies, and the different planets do the same thing. They just have different things they influence throughout the month. So your September intention is, I find fulfillment and self-development. I'm expanding my consciousness into the field of infinite wisdom, unconditional love, and total peace, where all things are possible. This intention is influenced by the shift in numerology. So we're going into a 7-month, into a 7-year. So a 7-7. The 7 energy is that of the soul quest, the seeker, the mystic, the one who wants to look within and understand and explore the mysteries of the universe. That's what September is going to be about for you. On the 3rd, Venus will go direct in Leo. So the last several weeks, the last couple of months even, we've had issues with travel, we've had cosmic delays, we've had haircuts that we haven't liked, we've had all kinds of things with our image and the timing of our joy. Leo, right? Heart-centered Leo, the celebrity, right? How we shine in this world. And Venus has been in the sign of Leo retrograde. Well, it goes direct on the 3rd. So we can't blame Venus anymore. Venus is going to stay in a shadow retrograde cycle until October 7th. And so we are going to be patient. Still not an ideal time to travel, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Mercury is going to trine Jupiter on the 4th, and again at the end of the month on the 25th. Mercury rules the way we think, the way we understand things, the way we take classes and like to educate each other and exchange information. And Jupiter is the cosmic magnifying glass. Jupiter makes everything bigger. Jupiter expands the good and the bad. So as you think, so shall you be. And that is magnified, especially on September 4th and again on the 25th. Also on the 4th, Jupiter will start a retrograde cycle. As Jupiter retrogrades on the 4th through the rest of the year, December 31st, it acts kind of like a mini Saturn. Okay, so Saturn provides structure and infrastructure and bones, and it helps us build a foundation for something that you really want to last. This is long-term vision, long-term planning, and it's in the sign of Taurus, which has to do with our physical body, our physical health, the way that we eat, the way that we meal plan, the way that we work out, the way that we move through the world, right? So this gives you an opportunity and awareness around the responsibility you have to your precious human body, your physical vessel. Okay, it also brings awareness to our finances, and it's a time really to be more conservative financially. There's a last quarter moon at 14 degrees of Gemini on the 5th. So this is harvest time. The bills are due. It's time to send out those invoices or pay those invoices. What is completing now, especially when it comes to Gemini, the sign that rules our classes, our education, and how nicely does that match with this soul quest energy, the 7-7. So things that you've been working on in terms of your spiritual development, things that you're graduating from, things that are coming to completion that you can recognize, maybe reward yourself, and then move forward into your next area of study. On the 6th, Mercury will be in Cazimi, in the heart of the sun. And so this is a great time to listen for downloads, get psychic hits, spend some time catching up on videos that you want to watch, more like documentaries, things that you learn from, podcasts in your favorite subject. Could be a good time to start or launch a podcast. Mercury is in the heart of the sun several times this year. We call that Cazimi. And if you're looking back for themes, you can look at January 7th, March 17th, May 1st, July 1st, September 6th, October 20th, and December 22nd. It is an auspicious time for information, for focused communication, for good news, for looking out and seeing the good things, for recognizing this is my dream life and I created it because of the way that I'm thinking. The sun is going to trine Jupiter on the 8th. This is good news. So this whole first week period of September is good news, good mojo, big magic. You can really activate the expansion of Jupiter by focusing on yourself, the sun, how you shine in this world, and it will be amplified. All right, as we look at the 11th through the 17th. So September 11th through 17th. What goes up must come down. We're starting out though with a new moon, and this is on September 14th or 15th, depending on your time zone. And it's in 21 degrees of Virgo. So planting seeds, setting intentions with Virgo things. It's one of my favorite new moons of the whole year. This is your day-to-day routine. This is your health. This is your immediate environment. This is the way that you meal plan, the way that you organize your life. This is a good time to do a good fall or spring cleaning, depending on where you are in the world. It helps you get energy about what you need to pay attention to that requires some detail. And, you know, Virgo rules our pets, our service work, our gardens, our herbs, things that get us outside and in the earth. And so the best time to make a new moon wish is within the first 8 hours of the new moon. So the new moon is exact, and then you have 8 hours to get your most potent wishes written down. The Sabian symbol with this new moon is a royal coat of arms. So you can play with that and what you think that that might look like as you make your new moon wishes. This new moon family starts a new 2.5-year cycle that will culminate in December of 2025. So what's cooking in your chart, wherever you have 21 degrees of Virgo, look at that house and you can get more information by knowing the themes of the houses. So I'm here to help if you have questions about that. But the idea here is a new 2.5-year cycle is starting right now in this moment, September 14th and 15th. On the 15th, Mercury will go direct in Virgo, the moment we've been excited about. Things that have been needing to be rewired, reworked, rethought, reconsidered, all of that starting to smooth out a little bit. Mercury is going to stay in retrograde until the end of the month, September 30th. So we're going to go slow, let things change, let things rework themselves, reorganize themselves. Mercury will retrograde again in Capricorn on December 13th. And then we've got Venus squaring Jupiter. So that's why I was saying what goes up must come down. Venus, again, rules our relationships, our love, our money, our finances, our net worth, and our self-worth. It shows us, it illuminates what we need to really just feel that juicy, squishy, happy, warm, fuzzy energy in life. Venus rules the luxurious side of life, right? And so when it's in a square or a challenging position to Jupiter, that which expands, we can see where sometimes we're overspending, overthinking, overeating, overdrinking, oversleeping, overworking. We're overdoing something. And this transit illuminates what it is that we need to reel back a little bit. This is the Temperance card for my tarot lovers. So what is it that you've just kind of gone overboard with that you might need to bring back into perspective and neutralize a little bit? On September, so now we're in September 18th through 24th, and this is a kind of a tricky period in the month because the sun is going to oppose Neptune and trine Pluto. And so whatever isn't working is going to be dissolving, and you just want to let it go. You don't want to fight it. You don't want to be in resistance. You want to activate the spiritual law of non-resistance. Neptune takes away. Neptune lets things slip away. Neptune also rules the substances that we can be addicted to. So this is drugs, sex, rock and roll. This is escapism at its finest. And so if you notice that you're like, I want to get out of here, you can be aware of those thoughts, and you can make home a place you want to run to instead of away from. As the sun is in this aspect opposing Neptune and trining Pluto, there's a renewal, there's an upgrade, there's an opportunity to not gossip, to not get stuck in the things that kind of keep us lower level. This is an opportunity to take the high road and be the best version. Whoa, Lisa says sneeze on the truth. I guess in our household, it's going to be bark on the truth. So let that be a cosmic underline for something that I just said. So this is, again, an opportunity for positive change, to be the best version of yourself. And at this time of the month, on the 22nd, we've also got a first quarter moon in 29 degrees of Sagittarius. This is where you can take action when it comes to Sagittarius things. This might be a time when you want to plan some travel or take a class in a foreign language or learn something about a different culture, maybe cook something from a different culture. It's a yang phase. It's time to get into gear. It's not a contemplative inner workings phase. It's a time to do something and go forward and say yes. Maybe it's time to write your bucket list or check something off of your bucket list. It's time to get in gear here. On the 23rd, happy birthday to all of our Libras. The sun will be in the sign of Libra September 23rd through October 23rd. So get them a little card, text your Libras, tell them you love them. Maybe you want to gift them a reading or do something special for them to help them feel recognized, seen, and fulfilled on their birthdays. But we all have the ability to tap into that Libra energy while the sun is moving into Libra. This is our equinox season. The sun in Libra helps us feel more diplomatic. It's more balance, more harmony. Things are evening out. So if you walk into a room and it's really low, you're going to bring the energy up. And if you walk into a room and the energy is really high, you're going to neutralize it a little bit, right? And so you're going to start to live from the inside out instead of from the outside in. Around this time, Venus is going to trine Chiron and Mars will oppose Chiron. Chiron represents the archetype of the wounded healer. So the wounded healer, right? Chiron, he wasn't part of the other centaurs. He wasn't the part of the jocks throwing the football and getting the score and looking at the hockey games. He wasn't that guy. Chiron was sitting on the side of the mountain, and he was learning about acupuncture and herbs and studying kind of the metaphysical side of things. Chiron gives us this opportunity to understand our wounds and transform them. So depending on which myth you follow, Chiron was helping make these poison arrows for the gods during one of their wars. And in this moment, he drops one of the poison arrows on his own foot. And so he has the opportunity to stay alive, but in pain forever, or to die and transform. And so these are the types of archetypes that Chiron brings to mind. The wounded healer, the one who has to overcome this pain, this heartache, this shame or guilt or mistake is not shameful. It is not something that you need to regret your past or wish to shut the door on. This gives you a beautiful medicine bag to help somebody else that has gone through the same thing that you've been going through. All right. So whether you're the big sister or the little sister, whether you're the person being dragged along and saying, come this way, or you're the person saying, I've got you, get under my wing, I've been there. These are the type of deeper things going on with Chiron, the 23rd, 24th of September, give or take. And in this last week of September, good news does return on the 25th. This is a time when you can look for the winds. What you think about is expanding. Mercury, the brain, is in a trine to Jupiter, the great magnifying glass, the expander, the planet that brings abundance and wealth and gratitude, right? And big magic. And so what you think about will expand. So be careful what you think about. Venus is going to square Uranus towards the end of the month. So the 26th through the 29th, things feel very unpredictable. It's best to be more conservative during this time, especially with what you say and how you're spending, okay? So Venus rules our relationships, so things that are very unpredictable with relationships and unpredictable with finances. I used to make this joke where it's like, oh, it could be that time when your kid all of a sudden goes to get their teeth cleaned for the dentist, and they come home and they're like, hey, I need braces. And that used to be so funny until the day that it happened in my household. So I don't like to use that example anymore, but that's the type of thing that can happen with this unpredictability with Venus squaring Chiron. At the end of the month on the 29th, we get a full moon at 6 degrees of Aries. Happens at 4:57 a.m. Central Time. This is the moon of self-illumination. I have an intention you can borrow or tweak. It goes like this. I forgive my past. I enjoy the present. I trust the future is aligning in perfect order. This is, again, the moon of self-illumination. You are going to be wrapping up things that don't serve you anymore, things that don't make sense in your life, things that aren't an energetic match for you. It's time for them to go. They're hindering your confidence and your clarity, right? So what adjustments are you making? What are you reflecting on under the light of this full moon? Something started in this Aries moon family cycle for you April 1st of 2022. That's when we had a new moon in Aries. And then 9 months later, on December 30th of 2022, something pivoted for you. You were poised, you got into action, something changed. And now on September 29th, more is revealed. The universe shows you what's happening under this big full moon, beautiful light. It's saying, look at this, look at it now, look at it this way. It's like this crystal that's showing you just different sides and different takes on the same thing that started April 1st of 2022. And as you learn more and you reflect and you make different decisions, this cycle or season of your life will culminate on June 28th of 2024. It's a phase where we need to be aware of excess energy. The full moon means tides are high. That means that blood flow is high. It means that tensions and emotions are high, right? We can see the dark side and the light side of all of that in Aries, the self. We can see self-pity. We can see self-righteousness. We can see where we have hurt ourselves, right? We can use the Ho'oponopono prayer to help correct some of those times when we have used other people's words against ourselves, right? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you, right? Powerful prayer. The full moon is a good time to find things in people. It's a good time to get an understanding of hard to treat diagnoses and medical mysteries. It's a good time to present your work and to shine in the public. It is not the best time to typically do intuitive work. Something to play with and be aware of yourself and how you practice. So, because that could be different for you, right? I'm just sharing from my experience. So at the end of the month, Mercury will be out of shadow on the 30th, and we can't blame Mercury anymore for if we have things going wrong with our electronics, because Mercury is in the clear. It's out of shadow. It's going forward. Things are normalizing for us. And then Mercury is going to trine Uranus. And so if you've been looking for a sign, this is it. This is the positive exclamation point. This is the flashing neon sign. You need to be looking for the universe. You need to be asking the questions and watching for the response. In the weeklies, I gave the example of how when I named my daughter. Another good example I'll give you here has to do with your spirit guides. And so one day I was trying to play a little, not like a joke, but I was really like, okay, are you guys really there, spirit guides? And if you are, I want to see an orange butterfly. Well, orange butterfly is not typical for what I normally work with my spirit guides. And so I was not trying to throw them a curveball. I just wanted some validation. I wanted to feel like I was really connected. And so I go about my day. I went to yoga. I went to breakfast by myself. I got the vegan biscuits and gravy at one of my favorite little spots in Austin. And it was a good day. And I kind of forgot about the spirit guide orange butterfly challenge, right? And I opened my phone, opened my Facebook, and the first post was these beautiful orange butterflies with a spiritual message. And so I felt that aha, that sudden impact, that moment of connection. That is what Mercury trine Uranus can bring for you at the end of September. So don't give up before the miracle happens. It's going to be a great month. I'm so excited to see how it unfolds for you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve spirit by talking you through what I see in the astrological forecast. Until next time, again, I'm Tiffany Harelik, and namaste.